Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there is no need to fear. Shit. At least I don't know about this video. But no, hopefully no need to fear because your friendly neighborhood light skin is here. And in today's video, we reacted to moments after police found a severed head in his trunk. That's a lot to unpack. So I guess let's get done yapping and get into the video, shall we?
What bag is it in?
It's in this one, in foil.
That's even it.
Yeah, it's real.
That's your truck. That's my truck.
Police were called to a Walmart parking lot after Adam Webb noticed a strange trash bag sitting in the back of his pickup truck. When officers opened it, they found a human head inside. In seconds, Adam became the prime suspect in a homicide. But what neither he nor the police knew yet was that this discovery was only the beginning. About 6 hours earlier, nearly 300 miles away, the decapitated body of 63-year-old Connie Goodwin had been found in the bathtub of her home after a coworker stopped by to check on her. Now that the head had been identified, detectives still had no idea that this wouldn't be the last body they would find. And as the case unfolded, it would uncover secrets so disturbing, even seasoned officers struggled to process what they were seeing.
I just got a little bit of groceries. They're in the back seat.
Okay.
I came out, I saw that bag in the back. I thought it was just somebody putting trash in my truck, which has happened before.
Yeah.
So I opened that outside bag, and I saw there was another bag inside of it with what looked like some clothes and some blood on it. I opened the first one to see if it was garbage and some red and it looked like some socks or something.
So you didn't see what else was in there?
No.
All right. Also, there's something bad in there.
The officers were dispatched to the scene after a suspicious trash bag apparently leaking blood was reported.
You didn't open it, you just touched it?
The outside bag I opened.
Okay, and then what did you see when you opened it?
I saw those same socks and that blood on it.
Okay.
Blood on the bag.
And then you closed it right back up?
That's what walked away. I didn't touch anything after that.
At first, the officer assumed it was just a dead animal. After all, in Arkansas, coming across animal carcasses isn't uncommon with all the hunting around.
But imagine somebody putting a dead animal in your trunk, bro. That's insane. Like, did I piss in your cereal this morning, sir? Like, cause why you put a? Why would you? Why would that even be the case? Like, oh yeah, he probably just put a dead deer in this random guy's truck. Like, bro, what? Hell no.
If it's animals, I mean, it looks like an animal. Yeah, that's blood.
Oh, wow.
When the officer realized her mistake, she immediately called in additional authorities for backup.
Hey, let's just leave everything like it is. Let's string tape up around our cars.
We're going to photograph it as it is, and we're going to stop it.
What bag is it in?
It's in this one, in foil.
All this was in effect. Okay.
That's even it.
Yeah, it's real.
The moment officers realized what they were looking at, a flood of questions hit them. Where's the rest of the body? Who does this belong to? And are there more victims out there? What they could tell right away was that this wasn't random. The crime felt deeply personal.
First I was like, okay, it's about Halloween. Are we sure this is some sort of whatever? Hey, we apparently had a human in the back of this truck in a trash bag. This isn't like some sort of prank. This is real.
Since it was just a couple of days before Halloween, the officers still had to make sure they were dealing with a real body and not some kind of prank. The first lead for the police and their primary suspect at this point was Adam, the man who had discovered the plastic trash bag in his truck and called the police himself.
That's your truck?
That's my truck.
Wait, how long did you pull up here?
I don't know, within an hour.
Let's get out of the range. Just have a seat in my car real quick. You're not in trouble. You're not in We're fixing to block all this off, okay?
No, I didn't check the back of my truck before I left my house.
Yeah, where do you live at?
Maybe 5 minutes from here.
Okay, you didn't notice anything in the back then?
No, I didn't, but I also didn't go back there and look.
Yeah, okay. And do you see anything else?
In situations this terrifying, people react in all kinds of different ways. Some become overly dramatic, crying, panicking, completely falling apart. Others stay calm and quiet, kind of like Adam did. But at this point,
Yeah, because I feel like, honestly, not even trying to hate on women, but I feel like it's a woman thing to. Like, I feel like that's some. You don't really see men. I've never really seen a man get out his body like that.
detectives still had no idea whether Adam was involved in this crime or how much he really knew.
Some calls to life and have something to be.
And I opened the bag, and there was another bag inside of it, and that's when I saw what looked like blood and some like clothes. And so I just walked away. I put my hands up and walked over to the red box and called the police.
At that point, there were no missing person reports for any woman in that age range.
Hey, do you guys have any missing persons, females, maybe in your 60s? No, okay. We've got a head in the bag out here.
The only missing person report filed that day was from just a few hours earlier, a man named Aaron Goodwin, which didn't raise any red flags for police at the time. What officers didn't realize was that this very report would soon give them the key to solving the entire case.
This is Detective Underscott, okay? Your car, we're going to do some photographs, we're going to tow it to the police department. But yeah, your car, unfortunately, it's a crime scene right now.
With a closer look at the scene, Adam's truck was completely clean. Aside from the plastic bag itself, there was nothing inside that connected the vehicle to the crime. This told investigators that the truck had likely been used only as a means to move the head from one location to another. And since Adam insisted he had no idea how the bag got there, police began collecting every piece of surveillance footage from the surrounding area. Reviewing the surveillance footage could tell investigators whether someone had placed the bags in Adam's truck while he was inside the store, or if anyone suspicious had been lurking around the parking lot. The footage shows Adam pulling into the lot, getting out, and heading into Walmart. He pays for his groceries, walks back outside, and returns to his truck to load his bags. At that moment, he's seen walking around to the back of the truck and inspecting the plastic bags underneath it. Seconds later, he pulls out his phone and calls the police. Throughout the entire video, not a single person approaches Adam's truck. Since Adam was still a person of interest, police didn't give him much information. He was the only potential source of answers they had.
They'll probably need you to come down to the station, okay, to get a statement about what's going on. Okay. But yeah, your car, unfortunately, it's a crime scene right now. All right. Well, like I said, it ain't good.
Adam was immediately transported to the Hot Springs Police Department for an interview.
Just make sure you don't have weapons or anything. You're good. I'll just have to make sure you don't have any like guns or bazookas or anything. Yeah, small real quick. Yep. Yeah, just like that. Make it small. And square for me. Just like that. Good.
Bazookas, nigga. Really?
The detective asked Adam to walk them through his entire timeline for that day, from the moment he left home to arriving at the grocery store to discovering the plastic bag in his truck and anything else that had happened that morning.
So what we kind of want to do is find out what happened. Yes, there's a crime scene in the back of your truck. Okay, and so we're trying to just piece together what's going on. Okay, I want you to understand that. We just want you to help us so that we can try to piece together what happened. Where all have you been today?
Today, yes, just Walmart.
Okay, so you left from your house and went to Walmart, and then tell me what happened when you got to Walmart.
I got there around noon or so, had a short grocery list, just a couple of things, milk, flour, eggs, wife doing some baking. Came back out to the truck, I noticed something in the back, and looked a little weird, so opened it up. I saw what looked like blood, and I backed away and called 911.
Police were deliberately looking for any cracks in Adam's story, any inconsistency, any shift in details. But from the scene to the interview room, Adam's account stayed identical. His timeline of events never changed at all.
Let me ask you this, have you had problems with anybody? That anybody would be trying to pull a Halloween prank on you or anything like that? Problems with any neighbors?
No, I get along with all my neighbors pretty well. I mean, it's a quiet neighborhood.
Have you had any weird things in the neighborhood happen?
I had somebody steal the motor off the back of my boat about maybe 2 months ago, and I filed a report about that.
Okay. Have you noticed anything unusual? Anybody strange in the neighborhood, vehicles, anything like that?
I have seen a guy walking down the street, older gentleman with a backpack a couple of times, and I don't know where he's going to, but I see him walking up and down our streets. I don't know if he just walks everywhere or what, but I don't know him.
When Adam mentioned seeing a man with a backpack who looked odd to him, that immediately became something the police wanted to look into, to see if it was connected to the case or not. The presence of a man with a backpack could be nothing more than a small detail, something meant to mislead police and shift suspicion onto a stranger Adam didn't even know, or that unidentified man might actually have played a role in what happened.
Would there be anywhere on your street that maybe somebody has a homeless camp? Like, is there any woods or anything around their house or anything like that?
Not that I can think of.
In cases like this, it's not uncommon for the killer to be at the scene watching as officers respond to the very crime they committed. For some offenders, seeing police react to the chaos they caused gives them a kind of twisted high. So, detectives reviewed all the body cam footage from the scene looking for anything suspicious, anything that resembled the man Adam claimed to have seen. None of the body cam footage showed any sign of a man with a backpack matching Adam's description. During the interview, detectives also learned another important detail. Adam had spent the night before the incident at the Doubletree Hotel for a work conference. Detectives responded to the hotel to see if they could recover any security footage from the parking lot or from around Adam's truck. At the same time, they searched Adam's home as a potential crime scene, but found nothing. It was clear the murder hadn't happened there. Despite all of this, and with Adam still considered a person of interest, detectives ultimately decided to release him. Then, in the early stages of the investigation, police received a call that changed everything. In Vernon County, Missouri, officers had responded to a welfare check, and inside the home, they found a middle-aged woman dead, decapitated in her bathtub. She was identified as 63-year-old Connie Goodwin, and now, if these two cases were connected, police were dealing with something far more disturbing than they ever could have expected. Officers with the Vernon County Sheriff's Office, after finding the body of 63-year-old Connie Goodwin during a welfare check requested by one of her relatives, who also happened to be her coworker, contacted the Hot Springs Police Department. They sent over the identification photos of the body they had discovered, and now, detectives in Hot Springs were able to confirm with absolute certainty that the head in their possession belonged to that very same body.
Deerfield say it really is a quiet community where everyone watches out for each other. That's why they were surprised to see on Wednesday morning police and even SWAT gathered around this house on Quail Road.
Connie Goodwin lived in Deerfield, a small community near Nevada in Vernon County, Missouri. Born on February 4th, 1957 in El Dorado Springs, she was a mother of 6. Her home sat in a rural setting. A search warrant was obtained and the entire residence was examined. There were no signs of forced entry, and the murder weapon, a knife, was found in the bathtub alongside her body. What quickly became clear was that the primary crime scene was Connie's own home. After confirming the victim's identity, detectives began searching for any possible link between Connie and Adam. But there was no evidence of a connection, no prior relationship, no communication, nothing to indicate the two had ever known each other. With no connection between Adam and Connie, detectives shifted their focus to Connie's inner circle. They needed to speak with the people who knew her best, those closest to her daily life, to understand what might have happened. The first person they turned to was Connie's sister, Debbie.
And if you just have a seat in one of these, this won't take long at all. Okay, so I'm just going to ask you some very basic standard questions. And by the way, I'm Sergeant Barker. How do you know Connie?
Connie's my sister-in-law.
Okay, so you went inside calling for Connie, obviously no answer.
All the rooms. The bathroom door was locked, and so I just started hitting the door. I kicked it once, and it busted on the door outside. And I saw Connie in the bathtub, and
Tell me what you saw. You went to check the pulse?
I called her back, but all I got was bone there. I'm not sure that her head was there or not, because I could hear her being moany.
Do you know if she had issues with anybody?
Not that I've heard. They had a son, Aaron, in Arkansas, that has been having some kind of episodes that were just kind of strange, that she asked us to keep him in prayer. Kind of sounds like maybe he was schizophrenic or something. I don't know. Aaron, that's with Johnny in Arkansas, Connie's husband.
Do you know when they left for Arkansas?
No, I don't.
During the conversation with Debbie, a crucial detail emerged. Johnny, Connie's husband, and Aaron, their son, were supposed to be traveling to Arkansas together. Debbie had tried reaching both Johnny and Aaron throughout the night, but neither of them answered. Knowing this, the police grew concerned that there might be additional victims connected to the case, and if that were true, they could be dealing with a dangerous killer in Hot Springs. Following Debbie, officers also interviewed her daughter, Keela.
You're gonna think I'm crazy, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to say anything. Maybe 6 weeks ago or so, Aaron was involved in some kind of photoshopping, and he says that these people that jumped in and beat him up pretty good had threatened to kill him and then come after his family as well.
From Keela's interview, detectives learned that Aaron had once gotten into a bar fight with a bald man, someone who had supposedly threatened to harm Aaron's family. Police spent some time trying to locate this potential suspect, a bald man with a tattoo on his neck.
We got a vague description of a tattooed man that still didn't help us solve this mystery.
It was as if the investigation had circled right back to square one.
PD and Missouri State Highway Patrol are looking for a suspect in connection
The Hot Springs Police Department says it was put in the truck on Tuesday night.
looking for a suspect in connection to a Vernon County, Missouri homicide.
Police ran Aaron's name through their database and discovered that his father had reported him missing earlier from the DoubleTree Hotel. John was listed as the contact for any updates regarding Aaron's disappearance. With no idea whether John was still alive, detectives rushed to the DoubleTree hoping they might still find him. But when they arrived at the hotel, they found something a little bit disturbing. This was the same hotel where Adam, the truck owner, had stayed the night before for a work conference. Now, detectives were at the hotel with the goal of finding John. As soon as they arrived, they spotted him in the lobby having dinner. The detectives asked him to come with them to the police station to answer some questions.
Mr. Goodman, this is Detective I'm Detective Sergeant Franklin. Said we're here to ask you about this report. We're follow up with you about this report you made this morning. That is, your son is Aaron Enoch Goodman, is that correct? That's correct. Okay, and you're John Goodman. Yes, sir.
Are you guys believers? Can I see that? Are you Christians?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, I help. Okay. I think, I'm not sure. He's not been right. And he thinks God wanted him to go on a walkabout. And I'm trying to help him. And I brought him down here and rented that place for 3 days. And he goes, well, yeah, I'll give him a minute. Okay. Went up to the room, probably a span of an hour or so. And I go, something's not right. He's been up here by now. And when I'm down, he's gone.
One of the techniques detectives often use is to keep the person calm and give them information little by little, just enough to see what they'll reveal in return.
Does he work anywhere?
He was working at the Eagles Club in Nevada, Missouri, but he just dropped out.
How long has he lived in this trailer next to you?
Oh, too long.
Okay. How old is he?
What I mean is he's dropped out. You know what I'm saying?
Dropped out.
He's not taking care of stuff.
Okay. Does he have any mental diagnoses?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Not really, but I mean, you can tell when someone's not thinking right. Saying it's off the wall stuff, like about God and stuff, even, you know, it's like...
From John's account, it became clear that Aaron had a long history of mental health struggles. Investigators later learned he had also suffered a traumatic brain injury in the past. Despite being an adult, Aaron was still living with his parents, and over time, he developed beliefs that were increasingly detached from reality.
Hey, what's wrong with living with your parents, bro? Bro, hey, we can't contribute living with your parents to being a potential murderer now. Let's check that. Yeah.
Turning point in the case.
I found out she's dead this morning.
You found out?
They found her dead this morning.
Who did?
My coworker. She didn't come in working, and they found her dead in the tub.
And when did you receive this information?
This morning, after I called here a little while, maybe an hour or so later.
So after you reported your son missing, you found out that your wife was deceased?
Johnny stays calm and controlled throughout the conversation. This is the first time he's talking about his wife's death and how he found out about it. The way he talks about it feels a little bit unusual. You can sense a slight lack of emotion in his voice, something that stands out just a bit, especially considering he's talking about someone he loved and had been married to for over 45 years.
Has he ever had any psychological help, to your knowledge?
You know, yeah, he was seeing a counselor maybe 3 years ago. I don't know his name. It's all confidential. He was living on his own. And I'm like, no. You don't think he killed her, dude?
Mr. Goodman, I have no idea.
I don't either. But that's why I did the kind of went back in my mind best I could, look at texts and phone calls and those receipts to try to put a time on it.
What's your feeling?
I think he might have.
This is the first time Johnny directly suggests that Aaron might have been involved in his mother's death. At this point, two possibilities come to mind. Given Aaron's mental state, he may have snapped or had a moment of violent rage. Or Johnny could be trying to shift the blame onto his son, someone who is now missing and unable to defend himself. At the same time as John's interview, police received the security footage from the DoubleTree. The detective stepped out of the interview room to review the hotel surveillance footage and compare it with John's timeline. But when they came back, things weren't looking good for John.
Johnny, we watched some video footage from the DoubleTree. Okay? And it's not really, I'll just be frank with you, it's not happening with what you're saying. The chain of events was that happened. So I ask you again, if there's something that you're holding back that you're not wanting to tell us, we need you to tell us.
We pulled in there. I went in, registered. I started to go upstairs. And I didn't know how to work the elevator with the key. And then I remember I didn't give him his key, so I came back out. Gave him his key, like I said, everything else. That's what I remember.
At this point, the detectives intensified the interrogation. They remained suspicious, wondering whether Johnny might have committed the crime himself or if he's somehow trying to protect the real perpetrator.
Where was Aaron at? I need you to describe for me as the best as you can. Where was Aaron at? What was he doing the last time you saw him?
He was at the bed of the truck, going through that bag.
Going through what bag?
I think that plastic bag.
He was going through it?
It seemed to me like he was looking for things, going through it.
John's conflicting statements, especially in light of the CCTV footage, raised serious concern, so the detectives decided to go over the footage a second time, and what they discovered was completely unexpected. At 7:43 p.m., Johnny struck a scene on camera pulling into the hotel parking lot. He walks into the lobby, checks in, and heads toward the elevators, just like he said. But detectives notice something else. Johnny is seen entering and leaving the building more times than he mentioned, especially around the elevators. It isn't enough to prove anything on its own, but it's enough to make them look closer. Because of that, investigators decide to review the exterior CCTV footage as well, and that's where everything shifts. Outside, in the hotel parking lot, the cameras capture something deeply unsettling. The footage shows Aaron getting out of Johnny's truck with a black trash bag, the same type of bag believed to contain his mother's head. He looks lost and confused, wandering around the lot without any clear direction. After a few minutes, Aaron walks over to a nearby truck belonging to Adam Webb, an innocent bystander, and places the bag in the back of it. Then he simply walks away, eventually stepping out of frame. And from that moment on, he's never seen on camera again.
We have the trash bag that was in your truck, and there is evidence in that bag that relates to the death of your wife. There is.
How bad was she?
There is.
How bad was she?
There is a body part in this bag. Your wife was decapitated.
Now the results of the investigation were undeniable. Every piece of evidence pointed to one person, Aaron Goodwin. With the killer identified, and with proof that Aaron himself had placed the garbage bag in Adam's truck, only one problem remained. Aaron was still missing. And considering his history of mental illness, detectives knew they had to find him fast, before he could hurt himself or someone else. The search for Aaron immediately escalated into a full-scale, statewide manhunt. Police pushed his name and photo out to the media and urged the public to stay alert.
Police are looking for a subject in connection to a Vernon County, Missouri homicide. Officials found a 63-year-old woman dead in her home. Her son is now a suspect in the case, and they believe he is the one who's in hot springs.
Wait, this is hold on. Wait. This is the same person? We got John and then we got Jorge right here, bro. This don't look like the same person to me, bro. I don't know. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping in the comments, but
Her son is now a suspect in the case, and they believe he is the one who's in hot springs.
There was a note.
There was a note.
About that. It's in my cup holder. It said something like, I thought I was doing God's will.
In this note,
That's all it said.
and you found that when?
This morning. Yeah, I bet I stuck it in my cup holder.
Where was it when you found it?
It was on my console.
While searching and processing the Goodwin home, investigators discovered a series of ominous voicemails Aaron had left behind, and one of those messages addressed directly to his family immediately caught the detective's attention.
Sunday, 1:43 p.m. You guys have to get out of there. Do not be home on Halloween. I'm serious. John, you got to renounce Emmanuel as the Savior. Go back to Jesus. I'm not here. Aliens are coming.
After hearing Aaron's voice and realizing the state of mind he was in, police intensified their efforts to find him. They monitored his credit card activity, his phone records, everything they could track. There was nothing. No movement, no transactions, no calls. The last confirmed sighting of Aaron was on that hotel surveillance footage, and after that moment, he simply vanished. In March 2021, about 5 months after Connie's murder, police received a call from a hiker who had come across something strange. A sleeping bag in the woods outside Hot Springs with what looked like a gun lying beside it.
Where's the body there? Yeah, you know, on that feet. And I can see insect activity though, where the neck used to be. I'll stick one person on the body, and then I'm gonna hike out.
The body was in an advanced state of decomposition, mostly skeletal by the time it was found. It didn't take long after the discovery for the medical examiner to confirm that the remains belonged to Aaron Goodwin. It was officially confirmed that Aaron had taken his own life, finally bringing an end, 5 months later, to the manhunt and the mystery surrounding his disappearance.
Damn.
Aaron's body had been found. But for his family, for investigators, and honestly for all of us, the question still outweighed the answers. Why did he kill his mother? Why spare his father? Did he believe Connie was possessed or under some kind of threat only he thought he could see? We'll likely never know the real reason. But based on everything investigators uncovered, one thing is clear. Aaron was in a severe mental crisis. He experienced a psychotic break, and in that state, he became responsible for his mother's murder. He decapitated her, placed the head in a garbage bag, and drove it all the way to Hot Springs before leaving it in the back of Adam Webb's truck.
yeah, that's unfortunate, man. Worked his mom for who knows why. Damn. Yeah, man. With that being said, we can go ahead and wrap up this video. I'll go ahead and catch y'all boys on the next one. Peace.